The stickman shrinks down to microscopic size, blinking in disbelief as he suddenly finds himself standing on what looks like a slimy pink landscape. He stares around with goofy wide eyes and a crooked grin, realizing he's inside a human body. Every step he takes feels squishy, and he nearly slips, arms flailing wildly before catching himself. He mutters something unintelligible, but his shocked cartoon face says it all. What did I just get into? Suddenly, he notices giant red balloons floating past him. They're not balloons, though. They're red blood cells, cruising down the bloodstream like lazy boats on a river. He hops on one with a silly pose, pretending to surf as it drifts along. But the ride quickly gets chaotic as more cells bump into him, tossing him around like a pinball. His stick arms flail, his face stretches in panic, yet he's still grinning like an idiot. As he tries to balance on the blood cell, a massive white cell appears in the distance, lumbering like a jelly monster. The stickman freezes, eyes bulging, then points dramatically as if screaming, "Boss fight!" The white blood cell lunges at him, and he jumps away in slow motion, hair spiky, mouth wide open. He paddles through the river of plasma like a cartoon swimmer trying not to drown in slime. The stickman ends up in the lungs, where the environment feels like a trampoline park. Oxygen bubbles float around, and he tries bouncing between them like balloons. At first, he's amazed, goofy grin plastered across his face, but then he accidentally inhales one. His cheeks puff up comically, his eyes go cross-eyed, and he burps out a giant oxygen bubble that makes him spin helplessly like a balloon losing air. He crashes into the walls of the lungs, slides down the slippery surface, and lands in the bronchi tubes. The tunnels twist and turn like a crazy water slide. At first he enjoys it, arms up in the air like a roller coaster, but then mucus oozes down and catches him. His shocked, ugly face contorts as he struggles, arms sticking awkwardly, until he finally bursts free, dripping slime like a wet rag. Soon he tumbles into the stomach, landing with a big splash and bubbling green acid. He pops up, eyes wide in terror, hair smoking as his stick legs flail in panic. He grabs a floating piece of food, a cartoon hamburger chunk, and rides it like a lifeboat. His goofy, desperate face screams, "Save me!" as the acid splashes around him. He even tries paddling with a French fry, but it instantly dissolves in his hand. Escaping the stomach, he slides into the small intestine, where the walls move like a conveyor belt. He gets caught in the wave of digestion, his stick arms flapping like a broken helicopter. He spins, gets squashed, and then flattened like paper, before springing back into shape with goofy, rubbery sound effects. Even though it's gross, his expression flips to an excited grin, as if he's on a theme park ride. As he travels deeper, he encounters armies of bacteria marching around like tiny soldiers. Some look goofy with crooked smiles, while others look mean and spiky. The stickman tries to sneak past them with exaggerated tiptoe steps, tongue sticking out in concentration. But, of course, he sneezes dramatically, and all the bacteria turn toward him at once. His eyes bulge comically as he dashes away, chased by the microscopic horde. He runs into the bloodstream again, bumping straight into a wave of nutrients. Carbohydrates shaped like goofy jelly beans smack him in the face. He grabs a protein like a giant Lego block and uses it as a shield, ducking dramatically. His face stretches in panic, but his spiky hair still makes him look ridiculous. He manages to float away, spinning on a fat molecule like it's a donut raft. Out of nowhere, he gets pulled upward into the brain. The environment shifts into a glowing, electric world where neurons spark like fireworks. He stands in awe, goofy smile wide, arms spread as if he's in a disco. But the sparks quickly zap him, making his hair stand straight like a porcupine. His face twists in agony, but the animation makes it funny, like a stickman accidentally plugging himself into a socket. He stumbles across synapses where electrical signals zoom past like lightning trains. Curious, he decides to ride one, hopping onto a glowing spark. He zips forward at high speed, his body flapping in the wind, mouth open in an ugly scream. His eyes wobble like jelly, And when the signal ends, he's launched into the air, spinning uncontrollably before crash landing onto another neuron. From there, he slides down into the spinal cord like a vertical roller coaster. The tunnels glow faintly, and the stickman whoops with excitement, waving his arms dramatically. But halfway down, he collides with nerve pulses that smack him around like pinballs. His goofy, frustrated face looks like he's had enough, but his silly cartoon movements keep the chaos hilarious instead of scary. Eventually, he ends up in the kidneys, surrounded by rivers of water and waste. He paddles in panic, trying not to be flushed. His ugly, terrified face contorts as he barely clings to a rock-like crystal. The flow of liquid drags him along, and he whirls in circles like laundry in a washing machine. Finally, he coughs, spluttering dramatically, shaking his stick head like a wet dog. After all the chaos, he finds himself drifting toward the heart. The giant muscle beats rhythmically, echoing like drums. He stares in awe for a moment, goofy, amazed expression frozen on his face. Then, the heart pumps, launching him through arteries like a cannonball. He spins wildly, hair flying backward as he screams silently in cartoon horror. Yet even here, he still manages to grin between the chaos. Finally, the stickman is pushed out through the veins, glowing light surrounding him as he grows back to normal size. He lands face first on the ground outside the body, dazed and exhausted. Slowly, he lifts his head, giving the audience a goofy, crooked smile with crossed eyes. Despite being slimy, messy, and ridiculous, he throws a thumbs up, as if to say, "I survived the micro world, somehow."